just barely got by.
Just barely. Yeah, they ran out of font.
Yeah, if they had one more space, they could have done it.
They ran out of font. All right, well, these guys have got their beautiful new flowery bags ready to roll. They're a little bit difficult to tell apart down there, but Frank Hughes is going to give them their final down and back, and then we are about to see a dog fight.
Yep. Fasten your seatbelts. This is going to be a good one.
So here's a question while we watch them on their final down and back. Do we start with an 8-bagger, or do we start strategically right out of the chute with a block?
I think there's going to be a bunch of blocks and rolls in this game, airmails.
Now, that roll shot is interesting. We have not seen that shot yet, but both of these guys capable of doing it. Kaleb tried it, but I don't think that his bag is broken in just enough for him to get that up and over. But, boy, Austin is innovative and one of the guys who invented that shot, and nobody is better than he is. And the shot is, as you've mentioned, when you have that, what do you call that, big pile of mess.
Big pile of mess up there.
You're able to hit the board and roll the bag up and over it and avoid you having to take the chance of an airmail that might fly off the back of the board. So we'll look forward to seeing that block and roll.
You didn't see it when they were rolling up. They hit a really big pile of mess. And Austin rolled one that went right, looked like it was climbing a mountain, and went right back down in the valley.
Oh, my goodness. Right now we're witnessing an air show. Boom, right there.
We go.
Kaleb Hurt. So they're down and backs are finished. Becky Hurt, as always, is standing up against the wall, checking her phone.
Nervous
her photos. She's probably got 8 squillion photos.
And I asked her about that earlier, believe it or not.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Bring it, baby. Here we go. Here we go.
Frank only had one line and he messed it up.
Yeah.
Let's bring it. All right. Well, right out of the chute. There's your first one down the center.
Maybe I was wrong.
No. I think this first one's just going to see how these guys are playing on the board since these guys abandoned ship here in the last game. Jack and Craig. But no surprise here. The consistency of the two of these guys. And you said, we could be here till the next week.
We could be.
It's quite you may not see any doubles competition.
We may be able to walk across the street and watch the Masters, you know. Of course, you couldn't get in because you don't have any pull.
No, I tried. I went over to Augusta National for a full 40 to 45 seconds before I was politely told to turn around and get out.
And you notice both of these guys' bags have the rotations right there. They're exact same.
Nice flat bag. Yeah. A very quick rotation on both bags.
And they are both locked in dead center right now.
Now you do notice Kaleb has he takes this step and has a much fuller arm swing, but the brute force that Austin is able to get behind a bag without this.
There's the roll.
There it is. That's the shot we were telling you about. Look at that, just solid brute force. And again, it cost them a single because they both, I
thought that was 5.
Had one off the back.
Kaleb had one off the bat. I thought that was a 5. I don't know.
I'll leave it to them.
I'm not going to bother. I'll tell you that.
To them, if they're willing to agree on that, then that's the way it works, because the first bag has been pitched, so that score is in stone.
Look, he steps out just a little.
Interesting, he comes in flat and low instead of just taking that airmail that he was showing during all the warm-up pitches that he could just do whenever he wants.
He bullied Austin back out just a little bit.
I'll tell you what, Austin is not wasting any time launching that bag.
He plays fast.
Once that's out of Kaleb's hand, his is pretty much in the air.
That was a good job by Kaleb. All 3 bags pushed Austin's out just a little
Nicely
bit more.
Done, just enough.
Just a little bit more.
Well, the azaleas are blooming 1955 and a half cornhole setups from here as they prepare for the Masters at Augusta National. But I'll tell you something, Columbia County, right here, they have so many cool things going on. Just the way the area's been built up since we were here last.
Really?
And over the last 3 years specifically, so much going on here in town. It's a really neat town, and we've had a great time. Thanks to our friends at Columbia County for all the hospitality and the exhibitions here. It's been fantastic. Right there. He'll go ahead and use his own bag to guide himself to the center.
Oh, There you go.
As will Austin, so that's going to make 3-0, 3-2.
Look at that smile on Austin's face. What in the world?
I'll tell you what, look at that. He's even heckling back in the crowd a little bit. Not something we typically
You
see.
don't see that at all very often.
Some of that
That's what he's playing.
relaxed maturity that we heard from Maddie McBride talking about him as her partner. He's got that first bag back up, nice rotation, flat bag. Boy.
I want to see them get into some blocking. They're so good at that game.
Well, I think when we get into double digits, you're going to see a little bit more of this. So, okay, how are you going to get over it now?
That was a slick side push right there.
And you mentioned slick side, and that's something if you're watching for the first time, you're not all that familiar with cornhole, or maybe you're only familiar with the bags you play at the tailgate or whatever, and they're just cloth bags that maybe your grandmother made for you or whatever. But these bags have been part of innovation. When he leaves it up just a little bit, the tater is exchanged, the points will be posted. But to my point, the bags used to be filled with corn, hence the name.
Yeah.
The corn broke down, a lot of powder, a lot of mess.
A lot of
varmints. We get a hold of them, absolutely. So the synthetic pellets that you find in all of the bags, no matter any price point, you are looking at the company that made those innovations. And these professional boards, these bags with synthetic pellets, and then as you mentioned, the stick and the slick side. We talk about this at every major, but it is important to know it's part of your strategy. If you got a slick side, you're able to squeeze those bags in. You got a little stickier side, you can plant a bag just like Kaleb has been doing there for a little defensive strategy. And the get
a little short.
Yeah, not enough of a get around, and that got into Austin's head just a little bit.
Still not a whole lot there.
Is he going to shoot it? No, he's going to go low and push.
He tried to go for the roll.
Yeah, he's not getting the roll out of that bag. He hasn't conditioned that bag enough. So
No.
8-3 now out of the red lane lower seed there from Austin Cameron. But Austin comes in as the lower seed just in this particular tournament.
Yeah.
Not as these guys both walk up and down with number one on their jerseys. But
the seeding with these two guys really doesn't matter because they're both that good.
if there was such thing as a zero seed, they'd both be the zero seed on more than one occasion. But it is interesting too, as vocal as their respective fan bases typically are. They've been very quiet.
Yeah, they have.
Been very quiet here around center court. Force has to be very quiet.
Oh, wow.
3 off to the side there. This is going to be a monster.
Yeah, he let Kaleb back in the game with that frame.
Boy, he sure did, leaving 3
up. In fact, Kaleb took the lead with that frame.
Boy, and that is not something you see very often when these two square off, or when you see Austin square off against anybody, a 6 spot in a frame right there.
And that smile went right off that face, too.
Yeah, it did.
If you're Kaleb when that happens, you want to have that first bag right down the middle in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that pressure on. Oh, and that's a kicker to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now, also the rotation on Austin's bag does not allow it to really grab the way you would expect it to. It's spun it off versus grabbing to go. So 11-8 is now the score with Kaleb Hurd out front. But you see what I'm saying? That it's a clockwise rotation. If it were counterclockwise, he might have had an opportunity to grab that bag and pull it in. But there was no chance that was going to be able to happen. It was just going to push it out, and that's kind of what it did.
But we've seen the other guys going for the airmail to try to drag those bags.
Sit on top of it and pull it down. And what do they call that? The piggyback?
Yeah.
Piggyback bag.
This Kaleb is really locked in. And his bag is hitting the exact same spot every time. Going right now.
And we will have the winner over here in the broadcast booth after this game, and then we'll go to a break afterwards. And then when we get back here on the Stadium Network, we will have the ACO Hampton Farms Big Blindfold Challenge, and then work into our doubles as well.
Yeah, we have a good night so far. Some really good games.
Yeah, we sure have.
As that one makes the score 11-10. Just as we expected. Nothing over 2. We did have a 6, and that was really surprising.
Mm-hmm.
You have a better chance of getting in the Masters. As Kaleb goes right down the center.
right, well, these guys have certainly found the groove again.
Oh, I thought we might see the roll right there. The opportunity was there for Austin. Nice.
A little bit mesmerized by what I'm looking at here. Nice cleanup right there. And this is almost, I would say, automatic. Yeah. Even if it takes the entire hole to get it done, he did get it done.
Let's see, man, Schrader over there.
All right, the shredder.
11 to 10.
There's a lot of familiar faces gathering around center court right now, and again, much quieter than you would expect. I almost feel like they need to have a sense of reverence here in this separate room. But
I think they think they're at the movies. I don't know.
Yeah, and all they're missing is the popcorn and the
there's the early block
babies. All right, so I think once we got into double digits, we might start seeing some of these.
Some
of these bags that need to be rolled around or got around or rolled over. Boy.
Oh, that's two in the same spot. Who do you think the SVC is pulling for? Do you think they care?
I don't think they can play favorites. If they would have that backboard there, certainly helped. Otherwise, I think that would have laid down on the backside as well. And Kaleb not able to finalize and finish there. Leaves his a little bit to the east side of the hole, and that's going to put
another lead change.
The deuce up there.
Just like we had earlier.
All right, so now I think you're going to see your block and roll shot a bit more than you did over the first half of the game.
I think they get tired of just sliding it in every frame. There it is. You called it, Finn.
Let's see what happens here. He's going to get that butterfly grip and see if he landed it over. No, he didn't.
Just a little short. He's okay with that, though. There's a roll that didn't really roll. Here comes another one.
Well, we're getting to that point now where I think he's going to go in love.
Oh, he went for the big shebang right there.
He pushed hard that back. Lucky to stay on the back corner of the board, and he took a few steps out of the pitcher's box there to think that one through. Boy, it was a little hard quick too, boy. And then
I'll tell you right now, my shoulder would be out of the joint if I tried to throw that hard.
There's no question. Those look like they were fired out of rifles.
I couldn't even tell you what's in and what's not right now.
No, it's rough. Well, Caleb's got two up on top.
Yeah.
Austin holds on to
he
the
picked
lead.
up 1 point.
Yep, Austin.
That was a 6-5 frame. After we see all these 12s.
Yeah. Well, every once in a while, these guys have to take a mental break, I guess, and see what the other one's holding. And 6-5 is not what you would expect from them on a points per frame average. But you know what? If you're going to get a 6, and I'm
you hope your opponent's got a 5.
That's as good as a 12 to 11.
Yeah. That's probably on purpose stop right there. Oh, what is that about the reblock?
It's going to be that get around back to the right. Now he's going to.
Oh, his bag fell in there. He's okay with that. He's 2 to 1 in the hole. Oh, there we got it. Yeah. Wasted on all night.
That's the first one we've seen with those new bags. A little bit stiffer bag up and over like that.
The get around.
Yeah, the get around. So you're seeing all kinds of great shot making here. All we're missing is
man.
Shot. That was a kind of a roll get around
we
shot.
Saw 2 block and rolls and 1 get around. I mean, that's my kind of game right there, Phil.
Tell you what, lots of strategy and a lot of the kind of shot making you're not going to see before maybe before a college football game in the parking lot. You're not going to see a lot of that.
Well, if you go to the Hertz picnic, you will see it.
No question. And of course, one of the better up-and-coming players in the juniors division here is also Caleb's younger brother, Isaac, 13, 14 years old himself, and he's got lots. He's got lots of other things going on, and I don't know if cornhole is going to be as important to him over the next couple of years as maybe some of his compatriots, because we've seen some 7, 8, 9-year-olds throwing lights out around here this weekend. It just scared me to no end.
Man, if you look along the back wall there, all the juniors are lined up almost on the back row. Look at me, and they're all from different parts of the country, and they're all good friends.
who are the heirs apparent.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to see it. They're all sitting right over there.
Well, and that's what's so funny, because as soon as Austin ages out of juniors, they'll be like, "Whew, he's gone." Well, there's 5 to replace him.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like whack-a-mole.
You talking about Caleb Rogers? Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, you got Manny McBride who could play juniors.
Mm-hmm. Riley Brewster, he's another one. He's another one that's playing pretty well.
And we're saying that as you watch these guys just throw bag after bag, you know, nobody giving in.
And a young man I told you today, 9 years old, Jaden Hector, a name you may or may not have heard, but this young man was standing in front of me. Honestly, he barely outweighs his set of bags, and he was throwing thunder.
I know why you liked him too, by the way.
Why is that?
He was a southpaw.
There he was.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew that when I came in here and saw you say that. He was a southpaw.
And he's got the serious look on his face of a man 5 times his age.
Yeah,
that's to be sure. So, all right. Well, Bankers Dozen is where we hold on third team, between the two holding the number 1 on their respective jerseys, those ACO Pro jerseys. Now, one of these guys, because they're wearing that ACO Pro jersey and what wore it throughout the singles, when they win, on top of their prize money, is going to receive a $1,000 ACO bonus. How about that?
Frank's got his pen out over there right now, ready to write the check.
Yes, he does. He is refilling it with blood.
Yep.
And he will be writing that out here at the end of the match.
And they get those beautiful trophies that we pass out nowadays, too.
Oh, nicely done. Now, is he going to be able to take them both? Is he going to get them? No, he didn't. Leave it low. Boy, he left a pocket full of points.
He was spanking himself, too.
As if to say, I left a pocket full of points.
Yes, he did. 2 points is a pocket full with these guys. Nicely done.
Well, and I think you called it before we went onto this game, Philip. This one could take a minute.
It can.
And it has taken a handful of minutes,
Absolutely.
to be sure.
And the reblock. Now we're going to see the shots come out.
Here it comes. If he's going to be able to get it up and roll it up and over, you'll hear it from the crowd.
Oh, went for the push. It was surprising there.
All right, so does Austin try to roll it up and over, or does he try to go up and over?
He's going to try to roll.
Oh, and he does.
And
Nice
there's
shot.
not much hole there, Finn, for him to do that.
Nope. And the other thing is, he almost didn't disturb either when he went for the
and he's got the same shot again.
He's got it again. He did not disturb those 2 bags.
What in the world?
You heard the collective exhale from the entire room after that one went off the back of the board, and for him to I tell you what, for him to lay that dirty bag down low, you heard the entire place kind of.
You heard me go, wow.
Both of us did. I even bowed my head. I don't even know why. That's probably not cool.
That.
It's probably not cool.
I've never seen that out of him. I'll tell you, I've never seen that. I thought he was definitely going to go for that roll again. Oh, nice bag there by Kaleb.
He's got a lot more of that hole available than it looks like from this angle. That right-hand side is available. Well, it's nicely done there. He's
got him piled up.
Hopefully got himself in a position to
Good
take a
bag.
pitch. Yeah, that's nicely done, because that cleans it up and moves those just a little bit to the left. Yeah, he sneaks one in.
And this could be 4 right here for Kaleb.
Spot, yeah, if he's able to leak it in.
And he does.
Right down the center. So another lead change, and the first bag goes back to Kaleb Hurt.
You think, what if that got into Austin's head, that shot? I mean.
Well, if it didn't, if it had to have.
Yeah,
because they started very quickly. He didn't step aside. He didn't exhale. He didn't clear his head. They just turned around and started firing again. I think it had to be in.
Yeah, I mean, that's something he's not used to. And something like that could affect you the rest of the game. Nice. Kaleb did that. That is an on-purpose bag by Kaleb Hurt.
Oh, and he hits it up,
he almost got
over.
it.
Yeah.
That didn't end up in a bad place.
Yeah. Austin's going to take a timeout and come down and take a look at that. He's built a little bit of a V around the hole.
And Austin really has to get a bag in the hole here because Caleb's got one that he can easily push over on that stepping out.
Well, if you look at the one that's sitting at the 1 o'clock position, it looks like it's trapped under Caleb's bag at the 3-4. Is he able to go in there and drag it without dragging one of Caleb's?
I don't think so.
I don't think there's enough there.
I think he needs to roll this bag in that little space that he's got.
The shot. You might as well use it. We've talked about it all weekend. Guys pulling shots out of their bag that they know they've got. He's going to go up and over.
Oh, good.
Nicely done.
And that is a big-time shot,
That's a big shot. How about that? There's the roll in the... he misses it. Now he has an opportunity to push it through. He can come low and hard and push through. Yeah, he is.
Oh,
so close. Bunches him up, and boy, I'll tell you what, you're not going to see many more washes pulled off that aggressively. That's the most aggressive no points you'll ever see not scored.
And the kid who threw one short, we thought it was in his head, made the shot of the day with that air.
That was fantastic. 2 great shots in a row. That one it was just a matter of the architecture of the bags at that point. Not enough room for him to drop to the center because he hit it right where he wanted to.
There's a little blocker work.
There's a great opportunity right there.
Yeah, that bag's going in the hole.
That's all right. Now he's got
six side.
Yeah.
And it did the same thing.
Builds up a little bit of a bunch, but that one looks like it can be triggered, and it is.
And this might be an airmail. He's got the hole wide open back there.
Go up and over.
He's going for 4.
Up.
Oh, in the worst case scenario.
The reverse.
Yeah. You have got to be long with that shot finish. If you're going to miss, you need to miss back.
And we have seen him time and time again nail that airmail off the back side of the hole.
Yeah, but did you notice right there that back was a lot higher than his normal airmail?
Yeah. A lot higher and a little bit, didn't have as much rotation, had more of a flutter to it. And it did not get thrown with the same sort of authority that usually just rip the back side of the hole like that.
8 to 15, Kaleb. No. Kaleb is dialed in. Let's see if Austin goes to get that with his airmail. He just missed one. He can't go off the back if he does.
Gonna play it safe.
He does it
nice.
with ease.
Wow.
With ease.
And I'll tell you what else. You heard it from the audience. They have been sitting literally on the edges of their seats, and that was just a big opportunity to celebrate both of these guys for what they're doing out here on center court again.
As we get down toward the end here, nobody wants to lose this game.
And this is not a double elimination sort of setup. It's not a double dip.
One's first and one is second.
One and done. So either way, once all is said and done, they'll high five and they'll hug and they'll go.
Oh, yeah, be friends.
But I'll tell you something, the purple jersey will be even sweeter after the battle that they've put together for this match.
You don't think he'd walk in the room, pull his chest out when he gets it, huh? Hey. What a great game, though. What a great game.
What a shot. How about that?
And he is just making shot after shot.
When I tell you, after we question, his ability to get to lay low and come in short, the power and brute force that we've seen since then has just been remarkable.
And he makes shots where I don't even think they're shots. I'm not kidding.
Oh, nicely done there. How about that?
And there's another one.
All right, well, let's see what happens.
Oh, he had to go in.
All right, well, he finds himself sacrificing that 20
to 15.
Kaleb, but I'll tell you what, we saw one, what was it, a 6 spot earlier in this game, very early in this game.
Yeah.
Is it possible again? With this far up into
one in the game. One in the game is a lot.
Yep. Especially between the two of these guys, especially when you're going to step up and take that first bag and do that with it.
Yeah.
And he only needs Austin to make a mistake to 1 point. I think he's just going to do everything.
Austin's going to clean up. There's no push and replace. He's going right in the hole. And this is probably going to be a 4-bagger, I predict.
And this is, I'm
sorry, Kaleb.
You know, remind me when we're in Vegas not to listen to one damn thing
Do
you
not.
say.
We are going to the vacation dealer.
Yes.
Vegas vacation dealer.
All right. Well, Kaleb, nice enough to add those 2 points to Austin's tally. He fought hard for him.
He did.
He didn't post them.
Oh, here we go.
I'll tell you what. Oh, my God. Right as soon as he left his hand.
Yeah, he's talking to it.
He's going to give Kaleb a chance to get that
I gotta
push.
say he's a lot nicer talking to it than I am.
Up and over. He's going to go low,
Yes,
lay
sir.
the low block. I thought he was going to try to take the drag to the right side, but he didn't.
And he tried to roll. Now Austin may have the board back.
Well, let's just say those 2 bags are done.
Yeah. Let's see what Austin. He's been pulling things out of his pocket and his shoes and everywhere else. Let's see what we can do here.
He's thinking about this one quite a bit longer than he has been. Oh, how about that?
Oh my
What a
goodness! Another big time shot.
And here comes the push to take both, and he
And
gets
just
it.
a wash. Oh, man.
That is really something.
Absolutely.
That is really something right there.
Yeah, man. That got everybody fired up in there. Hey, Finn.
I tell you something. If Austin's bags don't have bruises on them at the end of the night, I don't know what. Oh my goodness.
Man, there's a reason these guys have ones on their jerseys,
no
and you're
question.
seeing it right here on the stadium.
The 2 players of the season,
Yes.
season 16, squared off here right in the middle of season 17, and I have a feeling this may be a little bit of what we're expecting to see in Branson.
Yes,
the World Championships
absolutely.
The final week of July,
Absolutely.
when you just finally got a sense of how many people have gathered around the center court to watch this
Oh,
match.
yeah. They have come in from everywhere now.
This kind of reminds me of
Oh, and here it is. Can he get
Is
it?
this going to do it?
Oh!
When he lays it off the back, and he jumps down into the
Yeah,
leapfrog
and look,
position.
he also got his face buried in his face, and he knows, oh my gosh, I dodged another bullet.
I can't believe it. I can't
Yes.
believe it.
And
I would tell you what.
guess what? I thought the game was going to be over, but we get more of these great shots.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to nickname these 2 All or Nothing.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Goodness.
Oh, and now, let me tell you,
All right,
that is the
break.
worst thing that can happen to you when your opponent has 20.
Yeah, there's no coming back from it.
And then your opponent is Kaleb
It's
Hurt.
Kaleb, you know,
Yeah.
By the way, it happens to be the guy wearing the 1 on his jersey. All right, he's going to grab a little of his drink, whose name I will not mention until he or we are properly paid to do so.
That's right. But it's not an adult beverage. It's a kid
No,
beverage.
it is, yes. All right. Well, he's gonna play as much offensive defense as he can.
There comes a little block right here.
That's nice
A little
play
off.
there. But he's left a good center. Bit of the middle to the left open.
Yeah, but that's where exactly where Kaleb wanted it.
Oh,
Oh,
boy, he didn't.
and that's it, man.
All right, well.
Hey, what a great game.
What a game. Outstanding. I'll tell you what, when you got number 1s on your jersey like that, Philip, that's exactly the sort of thing you expect to see played, and that is exactly the game that we did have played. How about that? And Becky Hurt, the first one out there to congratulate Austin Cameron. She knows what it was.
She's going to congratulate both of them.
She knew what she saw there, and then she went and gave her
her
oldest boy the champion's hug there. But Kaleb Hurt back in form as we've discussed, and he really chewed through it. I mean, it took a minute, but that was something else. And we're going to have him here in just a moment. I'll tell you something. We predicted a dogfight, my friend. We predicted the dogfight, and we got the dogfight. That was something else. And I'll tell you, there was no point. No point that Philip and I saw where that was done and in the bag. When did you realize that you might actually have it in the bag? Just now?
When he threw that last one short. I wasn't expecting all that.
Well, no, and there were a couple of different times that you got very aggressive, thinking I felt like you thought this was going to be the final nail in what was happening, and boom, off the back.
Yeah.
You knock one off, or you knock one of his in and yours off the back. That happened a couple times.
That was that's something that it happens a lot when you know you can win the game on a shot, and it's like, gosh dang, if I make this shot, I can win the game. So it's like it's kind of a rush.
And I'll tell you something else too. We saw you take that as Philip calls it, the block and roll shot. That roll shot. Now you're playing with newer bags that are new to you. Austin's playing with bags that are newer to him. Probably not conditioned the way that you've typically gotten them to the point. So earlier in your previous match, we saw it kind of roll up and then stop, but you really seemed to give it enough extra oomph a couple times to get it over the hump.
Well, today I blocked actually a little bit more today. The new bags, I got the 724 Project 13s. They're best bag that I've threw.
Is that right? Let me see one of those real quick, if you don't mind. I just want to get a feel for that. I don't want to get any of me on those. That's probably a better idea. Well, I'll tell you something. I was going to save this until the end of the interview, but I know exactly why it is you were able to overcome when you got 2 number 1s on these jerseys. The reason that you were able to overcome is this guy right here. All right, we're calling him Jimmy Carter, the circus peanut, because he was given as a good luck charm earlier, and he's been sitting watching this match on center court. So congratulations, buddy. I have a feeling we just saw a little bit of a preview of what we might be looking at in Branson, Missouri at the World Championships.
If anybody wants to see that, they should just come to our regional every month.
I know, right. Well, that's the other thing.
That's literally every month at our regional.
At your house or his house or whatever it is. But, man, oh, man, what a great match, and back and forth and back and forth. And I love the fact that the two of you tatered and hugged, and your mom ran out and hugged Austin first and then hugged you second. So nice.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Well done. Kaleb Hurt, he's got that number 1 on his jersey for a reason, and he is one of our 2 players of the season from season 16, and he has just taken the Augusta Major for the ACO Purple Jersey Championship.
Thank you.
I'll tell you something. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have doubles right here on this center court. Will you be back in doubles?
We're in the undefeated final in doubles.
Brother. All right. Well, I've had just about enough of you, young man. Get out there and take a break, and we'll get Philip back in here as we take a break as well. But congratulations. Great game to Austin as well. So you know what? Here's what we'll do. We're going to go ahead and throw this to break. I'm going to stand here. No offense, Phil, but I'm going to stand with a champion. All right, as we go to break. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja. He and I will be back. We will be back with the Hampton Farms Big Blindfold Challenge as we stand here with our Augusta purple jersey and taking home the hardware, the woodwork, if you will. Kaleb Hurt here on the Stadium Sports Network.